Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, my name's Elaine. I'm known as what? LBE. Alright y'all, so as y'all can see, I'm about to close up this dinosaur basket. I have done 3 of these so far, and I have 2 more to do. They're going to be a little bit smaller, I believe, I think, but they might be the same size. Listen here. Whatever flows is how it's going to flow. I don't know if y'all, can y'all even see this stuff? Hold on. Let's see. Alright, so there it is. Y'all excuse me, it's over there. That's my little stockpile of things to grab. I got zip ties, tape, scissors, wire snappers. I snapped the zip ties with those. Some, just, yeah, my cup, everything else. So don't pay attention to it. Again, once again, I'm in the kitchen on my 6-foot table. I was able to downsize the toys outside to 1 table. It's like 4 boxes out there, and that's all I got. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. But I do have my clear totes still filled with stuff. But as far as outside, y'all remember all them boxes I had outside? Baby, we dwindling down, okay? I'm really not mad about not getting rid of all of my toys. I really could care less if I have toys left over. They'll just go back in the shed and be ready for the following year. Because as y'all know, things are getting very, very scarce on you know, as far as merchandise goes, and how they're selling the merchandise and doing the merchandise and stuff like that. So I ran out of goldfish, so I'm gonna have to put these animal crackers in there, baby. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, these snacks, all the snacks must go. I'm not worrying about the toys, but the snacks must go. I don't want no snacks left over, okay? Even if I get to the point where I have to double up on snacks and some baskets, that's what's about to go down. You heard me? You heard me? That's what's about to go down, okay? Double it up on snacks it is. But anyway, I'm trying to make sure that's in there. So with that said, for this one I had these National Geographic advent calendars. I don't know if y'all can see that. The advent calendars here that I got from Walmart. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make some Jurassic Park. Of course, y'all remember all the yellow dot stuff that I got from Dollar General. I was able to get a lot of baseball caps, and I had several of the Jurassic Park, well not several, but like 3 of the Jurassic Park baseball caps, so that definitely went in there. And then of course cotton candy snacks, and then we put one of the little popping catches in there. There's the Jurassic Park wall art. This is Jurassic Park cozy, soft and cozy blanket with a hoodie blanket or whatever. And then of course add all snacks, and I had like a 3-pack of these little eggs right here. Let me bring it back down. I had a 3-pack of these little eggs right here. They color change, and you put the little dinosaur in cold water or hot water, and the colors change back and forth. Of course, sidewalk chalk, got your eggs. I told y'all what I be doing. Let me back this up. So I told y'all what I do. I take the tag off the backpacks and put it on the front, because y'all already know it's a backpack in the back here. Because I know y'all like, LB, what is this sitting on? A Jurassic Park backpack. Sure is, right there. So it's attached to the Jurassic Park backpack, and then I got it fish lined with the blanket and pop and go game. All those fish lined to the backpack, and then of course I used the little like the hook in the back of the backpack is hooked to the back of the National Geographic box, and then there's a little, where the price tag was, I keep the little plastic piece on there, and then I tape that to the front of the box, so that box can stay on top of the backpack until I get ready to wrap it. And then we just attach everything else to it. Once you put all the puzzles and pieces together, it flows like it should. And yes, I know there's a price tag on there, but listen here, it's on the inside, and I ain't got no board stickers. So unfortunately, they just gonna see that. And I know y'all might say, oh, that's tacky, LB, that's not like you and stuff like that. Baby, listen. Don't come for me in the comments, okay? Let it be, all right? Just let it be. I mean, it ain't, you know, it ain't $1.25, so they be all right. I'm just at that point. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Listen, like I showed y'all in the first video, a lot of stuff been going on, and I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. But anywho, this is the dinosaur backpack. The other ones kind of look similar to it. They have a smaller blanket, and I put, since their blanket was a little smaller and it was least inexpensive than this, I decided to put a stuffed dinosaur in the front of those along with the blanket. So they're built just a little bit different. So this one has this big blanket in it, the hoodie blanket, and then the other two have a small throw blanket and a dinosaur in the front. But everything else is the same. Again, if you do the baskets in multiples, honey, if you do all this in multiples, you ain't got to worry about, you know, you can switch up a few things. But like I told y'all, there's going to be people that want the same one or need something similar to what you just sold. And if you got it, that'll, you know what I'm saying, that'll be beneficial on your part. And then again, you know, if you selling to several people on the streets, they no point of worrying about if you already got one of the same baskets, because another person may pull up and say, hey, I want a Hello Kitty basket. Well, you're going to be like, oh, thank God I made 2 or 3, you know. So, just want to point that out to you guys. I'm using, and shout out to Rochelle. I cannot remember her channel. I think it's Designing with Rochelle. Y'all know who Rochelle is. Everybody, Rochelle is in New York. The one we love in New York. Well, we know we love all y'all that's in New York and New Jersey, but most of y'all should already know who Rochelle is. I think it's Designing with Rochelle or something like that. Y'all can't remember her page. Y'all tag her page in the comments if you need to. But anyway, shout out to Rochelle for talking about Joann's. I was out shopping for some orders. If y'all been watching my shorts, every basket I put out in the shorts have been an order, and it's gone. And I'm glad about it. Every single short I've put out from so far has been an order, and it is gone, baby. And I'm still trying to fulfill the rest of these orders. And most of them, like I told y'all, have not been pertaining to Easter. So, anywho, shout out to her for telling us about Joann's and the cellophane, because baby, listen, I was running out of my one I get from Michael's, and I'm just gonna be 100% transparent with y'all. I did not want to go get another roll from Michael's because I hate that cellophane. It is the devil. Okay, I preached about Michael's at the beginning of my YouTube years. That's because they had great quality cellophane. Well, I'm here to tuck and tell you, Michael's cellophane now is horrible, and they ought to be they ought to be ashamed of themselves for putting that cellophane out. I'm just gonna be honest, and have the audacity to charge $13 or $12, whatever it is for it. That cellophane ain't even worth $1.25, and I'm sick of it. So I was like, oh, let me order some from Natural Wraps. And by the time Natural Wraps cellophane got here, listen, Easter would have been over. So I said, you know what? Let me just take my chances while I'm out in this area, and there's a Joann's out here because we don't have that many, and they're closing. Let me try to, you know, navigate and try to find the cellophane that Rochelle was talking about. And I'm so glad that I went into that doggone Joann's, baby, because I bought all 8-9 rolls they had for $3. I said, give them to me. When I tell y'all this cellophane is the best cellophane that I have used in so long. And I'm like, how did I not know Joann's? I guess because Joann's is so expensive, I never really paid attention to going in there and shopping for cellophane or anything for that matter. So I never really, like, I don't know. I never felt the vibe in Joann's, unfortunately. But I also gonna felt it this time for the cellophane, because I sure went looking. I said, I'm gonna chase my look and see if I can find something in here. And sure enough, because I was like, if I can't find nothing here, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I was going to Amazon. And I was just going to risk the price on Amazon before I went back to Michael's. And I was going to figure something out on Amazon, because listen here, I wouldn't have cared if I had to get the one with the line going down the middle, because I refuse to use that cellophane from Michael's anymore. They can have it. They can have it, honey. When I say have it, I mean have it. So anyway, kind of show you guys how I use cellophane, because a lot of y'all still say you struggle with it, and honestly it's really not as bad as y'all think. I think it's because everybody's so used to using shrink wrap because it makes it tighter, or it makes it look tighter, but sometimes y'all shrink wrap does not be looking like it's supposed to look. And yeah, I'm calling you out, whoever you are. If you feel some type of way, keep on feeling that way. I'm calling you out. Y'all be talking about, I love cellophane. I mean, I love shrink wrap. But then your shrink wrap be looser than a goose. Baby, you could have just used cellophane. Okay? But anyway. So, I told you guys always, I pinch in the middle. Let's bring this over some. I told y'all always, I pinch in the middle. I grab both ends, the back and the front, and I pinch that in the middle. And I hold that with my left hand. If you're right-handed, hold it with your right hand. I mean, if you're left-handed, hold it with your right hand. And I take my right hand, and I start with the back piece. And I bring that in to my point. And I go to the front piece, and I bring that in to my point. Then I do the same thing on the opposite side. I take my left hand, and I bring in the back piece first. And I always turn the basket away from me. So the front of the basket is facing the opposite way. The back of the basket is facing me because the last thing I want is for my stuff to start leaning forward, and two, I like to secure majority of the cellophane back here as much as I possibly can, especially when it comes to the front. So when I pull the front in, I like to bring it to the back. As you can see, this is the end piece. I like to bring it to the back and then pull it in. Alright, you gently pull on the ponytail, which is up here. You gently pull on that, and what that do is that'll pull that as much as you can for the time being. You right here. Put your zip tie on there. I use zip ties because it makes my life easier. I know a lot of people say they don't use zip ties because of the piece that you cut off, but I cut very close to the edge, so you know it is what it is. Alright. So, let's bring this back down some so y'all can see. Alright, so how we secure the sides. As y'all can see, this is pretty much all the way kind of pulled tight. There's still a little room left to navigate the plastic up some more. That's the reason why I didn't really tie. I mean, I didn't tighten the zip tie to the point where I can't do nothing with it. I left it loose, but I left it tight enough to hold the plastic, but left it loose enough for me to adjust the plastic and then tighten it back up. So, I take the sides, and I told y'all I like to just pull the end pieces together. I take my hand, y'all can't see, let me bring y'all down some more. Y'all excuse what's up on the table because I got snacks and stuff up under there. But I take my hand and I push down on the bottom piece because I don't want that bulked up, okay? Fold it once, and if you can fold it again to kind of navigate it kind of tight, which that's what you want, then you want to take your tape and you kind of want to pull it back towards with your tape, and you want to take another piece and tape that down. So now, if y'all can see, as I push this down, now I have all the plastic going down like this to make this nice and neat, instead of it being like super bulky right here. So now all I do is just take me some cellophane, and I usually only take, I said cellophane, take me some tape, sorry. And my tape would mess up while I'm sitting here trying to do this. So, taking me off when this tape is too expensive to be sitting there working. Alright, anyway, take my piece and I put it on the very tip and I pull it back. So as you can see, I'm gonna pick this up. It's nice, tight, and smooth. Y'all see how tight and smooth that is on that side? Alright, so now we're gonna go over and do the other side. Again, you want to kind of bring it to the edge of the table because you want to put your hand in there and push this part down. The last thing you want to do is have all this bulkiness up here. Okay? Take your hand, push that down. Take the edge of the cellophane, and you want to just roll. Well, not roll, you want to fold. But you want to fold nice and neat. You want to pre-cut your tape, by all means do what you do, but you know, it don't. This ain't my first rodeo, so most time I can just hold the tape in my hand. Alright, once you get that front one done, you want to tape this outer piece and you want to pull it as tight as you can get. So now y'all see, I'm gonna raise this up. I got the little flap there. That's all I got. And all I have to do is put a piece of tape on the edge of that, down at the bottom. And then I normally pick the basket up It's not heavy. And I pull this as tight as I can and tape it on the bottom. So now you have that nice smooth piece right there. Okay. Last thing you want to do is you want to give your basket a bear hug. Okay. All right, bring this up so show y'all what I mean. I'm gonna stand up. You want to give the basket a bear hug, and what you're doing is you're releasing air, and you can hear it coming out the top. Now I promise this process is not this slow. I'm just trying to make sure I you know, explain it to y'all really, really good. So as y'all can see, I have extra cellophane here, right? So up at the top, remember I told y'all I didn't tighten this tight. Now I'm able to pull the cellophane accordingly at the top to make sure I got it as tight as I can get it. And then I pull my zip tie super tight. I'm gonna trim the tree. I don't have my shears down here, baby. I just been using regular scissors and going by my business, okay? And then my trash can is way over there, so we're not gonna worry about that. I take my clippers and I go all the way to the edge. Like you can't even feel it. You can't feel it. Long as you use some type of wire clippers and you go all the way to the edge. Don't talk about mine. They rusted. They've been used. They've been living their best life. Okay. Now, another thing you can do if you feel as though this is still not tight enough. So like right here, I couldn't get the pull in there. You can try to adjust it at the top, or you can do an easy fix. Take your piece of tape, tape it to where you loosen it, and just pull. Pull it up, and then just fold it over. So I have a tendency of doing this on both sides of my basket at all times, especially when it comes to Easter. And what that does is that pulls that cellophane up even tighter. So as you can see, it's a nice, tight fit. I always do my little tight fit check for y'all because y'all be thinking I'm playing. I'm so serious. Like, I'm so serious. Y'all see me. Anything move? Absolutely not. Okay. Cellophane is also a good way to go. Now, you can also have a little piece back here from when I folded the top part over. You can also use bags, but listen here, I ran out of bags. Had to get the quickest thing I could possibly do. Okay, I've been running through everything I have because I haven't had time to break away and actually shop. I went and shopped for one day, y'all. One day. And the same day I went shopping was the same day I had to go pick up my stepson from school and remove him from the school he was at. So it's been a struggle for me to try to get out and get things that I need. I tried to do the whole ordering thing, but I've been sticking and moving so much that I can't even wait 2 days. Like, I need you gone. I need you wrapped, gone, and got out the way. So I was able to find the cellophane, so I just been cellophaning the heck out of these big ones. And then the smaller ones, of course, I use like smaller cellophane, or I do still have small bags left, so I'm able to just slide them in bags and go about my business. But anywho, that's how you wrap very large, well, not very large, but a large Easter basket with cellophane, or any basket with cellophane. It's really that simple. You just have to practice. But the main thing is, once you tie it up or whatever, that's the reason why I don't use pipe cleaners, because pipe cleaners, you got to constantly like try to get it to a certain point. I don't have time for all that twisting and turning. I just put the zip down there. What's about, okay, and move on about your business. So anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm sorry the video is so long, but I appreciate y'all watching and sticking to it. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace.